Om Shanti, a greeting of peace to my sisters and my brothers. In honor of World Environment Day, which is organized by the United Nations, we'll be having a program at Global Cooperation House here in London called Treading Lightly on the Earth. What does that mean? It means that usually in every aspect of our life, from the time we wake up in the morning through till the 24-hour cycle the next day, we're taking so much of the Earth's resources. And we've been doing that as a human family since time began. But especially within the last couple of 100 years, we've taken a huge amount from the planet. And partly it's because of population growth, but also it's been because of materialism and consumerism. The things that were satisfying to our grandparents and great-grandparents are no longer satisfactory for us. We get bored of those things, simple things in life. We want things to be complex. We want to have lots of gadgets. We have so many devices that we're surrounded with, and we don't realize all of these are taking the resources of the earth. At what point of time is the earth going to cry out and say, stop, enough is enough? I can't keep giving you any more. Well, I think that point has now come. So what can I do about making simple choices that can allow me to start giving something to the earth and the planet and my human family, but also to allow me to walk lightly on the earth from now? Thank you.
I'm delighted to be invited to take part in Treading Lightly on the Earth. I've been leading Deep Ecology Days at London Buddhist Centre now 3 times a year for over 4 years. And the purpose of these days is to connect us and our spiritual practice more deeply and directly with our love and concern for the natural world. And these days consist of Buddhist ritual, sound meditation, music, poetry, usually a talk from a guest speaker or a performance. I believe cultivation of this connection is especially important when many of us spend so much time in urban environments. And that cultivation starts with a sense of wonder. When we consider our intrinsic value and the intrinsic value of all life, we begin to move towards a reality where the healing of the planet and the healing of ourselves can begin. One of the epithets of the Buddha was the trackless one. Our own awakening means becoming trackless ourselves, treading lightly on the earth. And that requires a fundamental change in our attitudes at a global level, and it also requires individual transformation. And this work can begin right here, right now.
The story of Earth is extraordinary. From the Big Bang forwards to the age of invertebrates, plants, and dinosaurs, on into the Anthropocene dominated by Homo sapiens. It is perhaps through our ability to question why and to organise in collective action that we've become so successful and now control and deplete much of the Earth's 4 spheres, its land, air, water, and most of its living species. But how will our story read to those living in 2118, and what do we want our legacy to be? Are we now living in sustainable balance with our environment, our home? Or should we choose a more equitable, gentle, and harmonious relationship by listening to our inner self and improving the values that we currently hold as important for a successful life? If we stop and listen, we can feel how deeply we're all connected to nature and to our planet, which is why we nurture gardens or take walks in parks and holidays by the sea. Think about how children delight in falling snow or splashing through puddles and kicking up the autumn leaves. Yet we also ignore this connection and feel somehow out of touch with nature and with ourselves. Fortunately, everyone carries the power to think deeply within them and to connect and to inspire those around them to care a little more, because we rely on Earth for absolutely everything. So beyond the designation of nature reserves, let's start thinking about what we can give in return and how to tread a little more lightly on Earth.